Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Saturday, the 18th of December 2021. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to use the Golden Dawn Tarot for today's reading. Let's see what these cards want to say about Saturday and what the day is going to look like. So I'm just going to choose 3 cards here. Let's have a look. Right, so the first card is the 9 of Chalices. Lovely. Hopes and dreams being realized. Then we've got the Tower. Okay, so it looks like something is lost. So we've got some balance there. And then finally, we've got the 9 of Pentacles, which is a woman who has everything that she wants because she's worked for it. Interesting. So if we look at the cards going from left to right here, we've got someone who is thrilled and delighted that all of his hopes and dreams have come true, and he's just giving thanks and full of gratitude. Then we have the Tower, which really throws a spanner in the works here, and either all of his hopes and dreams don't come true, or they do come true and they have come true in the past, and now in the present he loses everything and he's going to have to find some new dreams. Ultimately, the message is that if you work towards what it is you want, rather than just waiting for it to be kind of given to you or for you to be rained upon, then you're able to maintain what is. You don't need to lose everything. And ultimately, the things that are going to make you happiest and the things that have life, these roses, as opposed to the fruit in the bowls, is something that you've worked towards. So that's interesting. It's saying that it's important to look at how you can affect the situation through your own efforts, and not to be so expectant of good things just to appear and to be handed to you on a silver platter. It's interesting that we've got this strong man who's associated with building and work and physical exertion, that he's the one kind of just throwing his arms up, because it emphasizes the point that he has got all of this not as a result of his own efforts, but as the result of some sort of good luck or good fortune. And it's highlighted by this discrepancy here. Whereas we've got this woman who's working away at the roses, but she's dressed beautifully, so you wouldn't really imagine her to be doing a lot of gardening, because she'll ruin her dress, and she'd be much more. It would make a lot more sense for her to be sitting in a cafe or something, or in the lounge having tea served to her. So it's interesting. It's one, the way you work may alter. It may not be based on physical strength or what's happening in the real world, but it's much more about your willingness and what you deem to be beautiful and worth the effort. That's really interesting. Okay, so the 9th card in the Minor Arcana in both of these, this is Earth, this is Water, Cups and Pentacles. By the time you get to the 9, we have a lot of that energy floating around. So the 9 of Cups is spiritual, loving, watery energy where you feel guided and supported. To the extent in this deck that you don't have to do anything except say thank you and wait. And then the 9 of Pentacles is so earthy that you're no longer worried about shelter and security and food and a roof over your head. You're interested in now beauty and beautifying your existing circumstances. So both of these people are very much abundant and prosperous and rich. Oh, and he's prosperous and rich, not because he's so lucky, because it's water and because he's got a connection to his higher self that guides him and tells him that he can take certain actions which will lead him to realizing his own hopes and dreams. So it's a little bit more abstract than this. She's the one actually already working. So this card is a woman who's gone through this process. So she said, universe, I'm meditating here. How can I make my environment more beautiful? The message was plant some pink roses. Okay, great. I'm so thrilled. Thanks for the message. I'm actually going to do it. And the message I'm getting with that then is the relationships you have with your higher self and with yourself on a practical working level, that is much more powerful than the Tower in the center here, which again is some sort of external force which arbitrarily and randomly seems to strike your tower and blow it up and everything goes flying and you can't rely on any. So it's not so much about your life coming undone, I feel. I get the sense that your approach to life alters because you don't feel like you're at the mercy of some external force which has designed your life for you, but instead you're able to build your own towers by being disciplined and saying and realizing that you have your own power and strength and that you are a creator, especially when it comes to your role here on planet Earth. And then also your strength of connection with something bigger that always guides you means that you aren't disempowered, you're not surprised, you have a dialogue going on here, a relationship. And as long as that's in place, the willingness and the connection, then it doesn't matter if 20 towers blow up because you'll always be working at something gradually, steadily that nurtures and supports you. So she's working with flowers, right? She's making those beautiful and they add to the garden. Someone else, though, who works differently than she does, has put all these stones on top of each other to create this super imposing tower. And it's a completely different way of working. So that says that trying to fix someone else's work or to replace someone else, that's not such a good idea. And it's much more important to stick to what you're doing and to not let go of your mission in life, because that could create some problems if you're trying to replicate something that already exists. Okay, I'm getting that there's still more here. So we've got someone who's connected and then who's blessed, all of his hopes and dreams are coming true. The tower comes along and something may feel very sudden or unpleasant, and that makes you feel less secure. And it could make you question your relationship with your higher self, saying, hey, I've been spending all this time meditating. Why has this thing now happened that's totally outside of my control? It could make you doubt your connection. And then when you doubt the connection, you no longer get the messages. And then you're not as productive because you don't know what you're supposed to be working on. So the big risk of the day is feeling like the rug is being pulled out from under you, or like you're not sure and you have nothing to go on and you're at the mercy of this world that just doesn't understand you. If you can stay away from that mindset rather, and instead say, I am being guided. Yes, there may be some things which are destined, but also there are a lot of things which I have control over and which I can work to change. And if I maintain that constructive mindset and work towards what I want, then I'm really at no risk of something totally random coming in and throwing me off. So with that said, finally, if you are guided and you're working very well and something happens that's less than pleasant, don't read into it too much. Realize that nothing is 100% perfect. And just because you've been guided doesn't mean the road is just going to be, paved with gold and the roses are on either side. It means that even if you are doing the right thing, sometimes you can run into difficulties. But the key is not to doubt yourself, to keep going. That's the only risk of the day. And the triumphs are much more available to you. And remember, these are minor arcana cards. This is a major arcana card. So the major thing to avoid is self-doubt. And the temporary opportunities that you can tap into is to fulfill all of your hopes and dreams. And also to work to create real beauty and abundance and prosperity in your life. So it's self-belief all the way. Number-wise, we've got 9 and 9 is 18. And then we've got 16. 34. 3 and 4 is 7. 7 is the mind and creativity. So get creative about your practical circumstances and work to improve them and make them beautiful. Get creative with what your hopes and dreams are. Say, universe, these are them. Please guide me as how I can make these real in my actual circumstances. Show me how to work. And then I don't have to worry about losing anything because I'm generating much more positive circumstances despite anything that's going on around me. So this isn't just a lesson for today, it's a lesson for life really. If you focus on what you can do in the here and now, you're always going to be much better off than trying to maintain the status quo. and to control things which are really outside of your control. Just want to double check these. 16 and 9 is 25 and 9 is 34. Yep. Okay, so have a wonderful day. If you'd like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. On the front page, click on book your reading to order your reading with me. If you like this video, then please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share the video online. Have an amazing day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.